Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is one that I'm so excited to film for you guys because today we are doing a Dose of Colors liquid matte lipstick try on video. So recently I picked up a ton of stuff off the Dose of Colors website, so I'll leave my haul up here or up here in the eye, but I picked up a ton of different liquid lipsticks and I'm excited to try them on for you. If you don't know, Dose of Colors was founded in 2013 by Anna Petrosian, who is an amazing makeup artist slash YouTuber slash influencer, and she is such an inspiration to me. So I'm so excited. If you want to see all of the liquid lipsticks that I'm about to try on, then just continue watching. So before we get started, I thought I'd show you some of the collections that we're going to be swatching today. So the first one is the Desi x Katy Dose of Colors collection. This collection came with 4 different liquid lips, 2 of them being velvet and 2 of them being matte. The 2 velvets are called My Main and A Mauve Story, and the 2 mattes are called Hot Fire and Sauvage. So I'm excited to swatch these ones for you, but the packaging is really beautiful. These are the 2 velvets and these are the 2 mattes. The next collection that I picked up some liquid lipsticks from is this beautiful minty teal blue packaging. It's from the Mint for You collection. So I picked up 2 different shades in the colors Mint Tea and Excitement. And then the last collection that I picked up is just the CORK collection, so part of their essential range. You can see that they all come in this really beautiful plain packaging and they all have these shade names written across it. So I picked up 9 of these. So I went right ahead and I just rolled up my sleeve so I've got my whole arm exposed, so that way I can do swatches down my arm as well as my lip. But I actually figured I'd throw in a bonus. This is the Can You Not lip gloss, and it's the only lip gloss that I own from Dose of Colors, so I figured let's go right ahead and try this first one on. I love how the little writing says stay glossy, and then on the liquid mattes they have like a different writing on each packet. I think that's so cute. It's all the little touches that I think are adorable. So here is what the packaging looks like. You can see it's really beautiful, really plain, really simple and really classy. It's got a white lid, a silver rim, and then a completely transparent bottle. If I was to hold it up next to the liquid mattes, you can see the liquid mattes are frosted and these ones are completely clear. So here's what the applicator looks like on the lip gloss. You can see it's a flat paddle with product on both sides. So starting off, this is the lip gloss in the shade Can You Not. It is a really beautiful light milky pink with a bit of a peachy beige undertone. It is quite a fair shade, so I'd probably say this would benefit from a lip liner of some sort or potentially a lipstick and then this popped in the center because it's really fair. So I'd say if you're a little bit fairer than me, it would suit you a little bit better, but if you're a little bit more tan, you'd really need the lip liner. This is actually only one dip, so I took it right at the applicator, went right onto my lips, and then did the swatch against my wrist, and as you can see, it is super pigmented. I should also probably note that these are cruelty-free, vegan, and made in the USA. So once again, this is the first one in the shade Can You Not. Okay, so next I thought we'd move on to the next formula. This is the liquid velvet from the Desi x Katy Dose of Colors collection. This is what the packaging looks like. It is this really beautiful peach with like copper accents to it. It is so stunning. The one thing to note is you actually can't tell what the color is from the outside of the bottle. There's no see-through element to it at all. Down the bottom it only just says My Main. It doesn't even say the formula, but I know against the box you can see it actually says it is a liquid velvet. So that's how I know. But if you was to lose the box or get rid of it, you wouldn't actually know the formula, but this one is in the shade My Main. So here's what the applicator looks like on the liquid velvet from Desi x Katy. You can see it's more of a typical doe foot, where the last one was more of a flat paddle with product on both sides. This one has a little well. It does actually pick up quite a lot of product, so I do think you can get it done in one swipe, but I'm curious to see how this one will feel in comparison. So here is the first liquid velvet from the Desi x Katy collection in the shade My Main. It is a really beautiful, perfect brown, peachy nude. I really love this one. The applicator is so amazing. It's so flat and sharp that I felt like I didn't need a lip liner at all, and I don't think I went outside of my lip line, which is really nice. I think it feels really comfortable, and I remember from the tutorial, these do dry down quite a bit. I wouldn't say they're completely as budge proof as the mattes were, but they're pretty darn close. So if you are interested, I highly recommend trying these formulas out. They're really comfortable. I hope they continue to make them. I'm pretty sure this formula was exclusive to the Desi x Katy collection, but it is such a comfortable formula, and I hope they bring it back. So here's the second one. This is in the shade A Mauve Story. It is a really beautiful muted taupey mauvey slight purple nude. It is a really comfortable formula once again. I really do love this applicator. I think it was really easy to apply those lines, and I think it feels really soft and plump and plush on the lips. I definitely feel like they need to bring this formula back, but it's such a gorgeous color, especially for a cool tone look. So once again, this is the shade A Mauve Story. Okay, so now that we're moving on to the liquid matte lipsticks, I thought I'd show you how the ones compare. The darker of the two in this little rose gold packaging is actually the liquid velvet from the Desi x Katy collection in the shade My Main, and the one in the lighter peachier color is actually the liquid matte lipstick in the shade Let's Cuddle. So you can see the shade Let's Cuddle in the liquid velvet actually has a slightly different applicator. It's more slanted and it's a little bit longer, whereas the liquid velvet in the shade My Main from the Desi x Katy collection is a little bit more of a typical concealer doe foot, and I would say the one from the Desi x Katy collection is a little bit pointier, whereas the liquid matte in the shade Let's Cuddle is maybe a little bit softer of an angle, if that makes any sense. So anyways, we'll see how these compare. Okay, so you can tell these are super opaque. They have complete full opacity, and I can already tell it's a little bit harder to kind of make a perfect straight line. These applicators are maybe a little bit more fuzzy, like a little bit furrier, and you can see the divot is more of a scoop versus more of a completely flat tip. The good side is because it is a scoop, it actually does hug the lip pretty much perfectly. Like my lip seems to fit really nicely into the dip. Because it is a little bit fuzzier, it's a little harder to make these lines straight. However, the formula feels really nice and smooth. Okay, so here's the first liquid matte lipstick in the shade Let's Cuddle. This is a really beautiful fair peachy apricot with a white nude undertone. As you can see, it's quite a light color, so I'd probably say this would look better on somebody a little bit fairer. And if you are my skin tone or deeper, I think you'd benefit from a lip liner. But it's a beautiful color, and I feel like even if you had a slightly warmer toned eye, it wouldn't clash at all. It is such a beautiful color, and as I said, I think it would look really great with a lip liner. Here's a swatch of it down below. You can see it's starting to dry a little bit more peachy, almost orangey on my arm, whereas my lips actually look a little bit lighter. So you can see if you were a little fairer, it'd look more like this, and if you are my similar skin tone, it would look more like this. But once again, here's the first one in the shade Let's Cuddle. So the next one that I have on my lips is this one in the shade Supernatural. So you can see it looks pretty similar to the last one, Let's Cuddle, but this one, if you look on my wrist, is maybe a little bit more browny beige, where the last one was a little bit more peachy apricot, but you can see they're pretty similar, and they're pretty similar on the lips. This one, just like the last one, I think would benefit from a lip liner if you're my skin tone or darker, but I'd say if you're a little bit fairer than myself, this would be really pretty. Once again, this is the shade Supernatural. This shade so far has to be one of my favorites. This is called Truffle. It is such a beautiful mid-tone nude. It's almost got like a pinky mauvey undertone, but it's not as mauve as a Mauve Story. You can kind of see it's got maybe a little bit more brown in it, but it's such a beautiful color. Once again, this is the shade Truffle. Here's the next one. This is the shade MINTEA from the Mint For You collection. It is such a beautiful light to medium toned pinky nude. I feel like this one, unlike these two here, Let's Cuddle and Supernatural, I can probably wear without a lip liner and feel quite comfortable. I think the other two were borderline a little bit too light for me, but this is such a beautiful soft pinky nude. Once again, this is the shade MINTEA from the Mint For You collection. The next shade that I'm wearing on my lips is such a pretty color. This is the shade Bear With Me. You can see it is such a beautiful light to medium pinky tone nude. It's actually very similar to the last one that we tried on from the Mint For You collection in the shade Mint Tea, but maybe it's a little bit darker, a little less bright, and maybe a little bit more pink, but it's very similar. So I'd say if you can't get your hands on the last one for whatever reason, it's a really good alternative, and I think it's such a beautiful tone. This is once again the shade Bear With Me. The next shade that I'm wearing is the second color from the Mint For You collection in the shade Excitement. It is such a bold, neon, bright, corally pink. It is so electric and vibrant, and I feel like it's so perfect for the summer, especially with minimal other makeup, tons of mascara, fluffy brows, and glossy skin. I feel like it is so summery and fun. It is this one right down the bottom here. You can see it's definitely the most vibrant out of them all. I don't think on camera it's even picking up how neon and vibrant this one is. I feel like as well, if I do a fresh swatch, do you see how it's even brighter as I first applied it? It's now toned down just a notch, not too much, just a notch, but I feel like it's such a unique, fun color. Once again, this is the shade Excitement from the Mint For You collection. I just realized it even looks brighter than my nails are, and my nails are literally a neon pink color. They are so bright. The camera makes them look way more muted, but they are literally neon nails. So the fact that my neon nails look more subdued than this lip should hopefully tell you something about the intensity and the brightness brightness and the neonness and the electricness of this lip color. It is pretty epic. This one definitely is the hardest one so far to try and get off. It is stuck on there like glue. The next one that I have to show you guys is this one in the shade Knock on Wood. I would describe this as a medium muted brown with a cashmere beige yellow undertone. It is such a beautiful color. I would say it probably would go best with a neutral or a cooler toned makeup look, something similar to what I'm wearing right now. For some reason I think it's pulling off a little bit more terracotta on camera for some reason, but it's actually this one down here and it's a little bit more muted and it's a little bit more of a gray. I think it's really pretty. This one is once again the shade Knock on Wood. So moving on down the line, the next one that I have to show you is this one in the shade Cork. Cork is more of a true brown chocolate. It is such a gorgeous medium to deep tone color. It is this one down here. You can see it's a little bit darker than Knock on Wood and maybe a little bit more warm. It is such a beautiful warm chocolate. I feel like this one in the autumn time would be so beautiful, or I think in the US you call it fall, but it is such a beautiful tone and I think it'd go so well with so many different skin tones too. So once again, this is the shade Cork. The next color that I have swatched on my lips is such a cool shade. I definitely don't own anything like it. This is called Desert Suede. It is such a unique, cool toned purpley taupey gray color, and I'd say out of all of the ones that we've swatched so far, it is definitely the truest gray. It is such a unique color because I feel like it would definitely look better with cooler toned looks, but more of a neutral look like I'm wearing right now. I actually don't think it clashes too bad. I think it's a little bit more grungy and cool. I actually think it's such a fun color and I definitely don't own anything like it. It is this one swatch right down the bottom here, and as you can see in comparison to the other ones, it is definitely a little bit more cooler, a little bit more purple undertoned, more taupey, but definitely more gray. So once again, that is the shade Desert Suede. The next shade that I'm wearing on my lips is this one in the color Stone. Stone I would describe as a lavender toned purpley gray, and I would say it's pretty similar to the last one, which I've actually got swatched right up here, but it's a little bit more lighter, a little bit more pink, and a little bit more lavender with still a purple gray undertone. So I'd say this is pretty much the more wearable version of what we just applied previously, but I think it is still such a pretty color. This one is once again in the shade Stone. The next one that I'm wearing on my lips has got to be my absolute favorite color we've tried on this whole entire swatch video. It is such a fun, warm, summery orange tone red color, and I do not own anything like it. This is the shade Hot Fire from the Desi x Katy Dose of Colors liquid lip collection, and this is the first of the liquid matte lips. I think this is such a unique color and I definitely am going to get so much use out of it. As you can see, the lip wand on this one is similar to the liquid velvets, and just like the liquid velvets, this doesn't have a peephole or any way to tell which one it is, and it also doesn't say on the bottom whether it's matte or a velvet, but it is such a beautiful color and by far my favorite red I've ever tried on. I hope they make this color permanent. It is so stunning. Once again, this is the shade Hot Fire. So we are down to our second to last shade. This one is called Brick. Brick is more of a deeper oxblood maroon toned red. If you compare it to Hot Fire, which is this one right here, you can definitely tell it's a little bit deeper, a little bit more of a burgundy almost, but it is such a beautiful color. Once again, this is the color Brick. So we are finally down to the last shade. This one is the color Sauvage from the Desi x Katy liquid lip collection, and it is the second liquid matte lip. As you can see, it is by far the darkest one that we've tried on, and I would call this one a deep purple toned eggplant color. As you can see, it is this one right here, and in comparison to the last one, it is definitely much deeper and a little bit more purple. I feel like this would be super fun for the winter / autumn / fall time of the year, because I feel like it's a little bit more mysterious and a little bit more vampy, but I feel like it is such a fun one to add to my collection. So once again, this is the shade Sauvage. So yeah guys, I cannot believe we finished all of those swatches. My lips are on fire. But what I thought I'd do before I let you go is maybe go down through my arm swatches and let you guys know which ones each were, just to reiterate the shade names and also let you know what they look like as they have dried. So I think we'll start right up here in the top. This is the lip gloss in the shade Can You Not. Moving on down, we've got the two liquid velvets. The top one is in the shade My Main, and the second one is in the shade A Mauve Story. Both of those are from the Desi x Katy collection. And then the rest of these all the way down are all of the liquid matte lipsticks. So the first one is in the shade Let's Cuddle. The next one is called Supernatural. Moving down to the shade Truffle. The next one here that we have is actually from the Mint For You collection in the shade Mint Tea. The following one is called Bear With Me. The next one is the second shade from the Mint For You collection in the color Excitement. The following one is called Knock on Wood. After that, you've got the shade Cork. The next one that we have here is called Desert Suede. Moving on down to the shade Stone. Stone. The following one after that is the Desi x Katy Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Hot Fire. The second from the bottom is this one in the shade Brick. And then the last one that we have is the second liquid matte lipstick from the Desi x Katy collection in the shade Sauvage. So once again, here's a close look at all the shades. So yeah guys, that is everything from me today. I am so happy that I finally got this video filmed. I've been wanting to do it since I purchased all of these lippies. If you did enjoy it, then you guys know what to do. Please feel free to leave me a like, comment and leave any requests that you have down below in the comment bar. Subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell and drag it all the way down to all to become a part of this family and be notified of all my future videos. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys. The next, I have to sneeze. This is the lip gloss in the right here, Supernatural. What? Dip the product into the product. What? We're not even halfway done and my lips are starting to feel it now. Oh, that is attractive. My lips are starting to feel it. Sad, I have to take this one off. I got so many tissue fibers in my mouth. No, that's attractive. Dora, Dora, Dora the Explorer. Dora. I look like I've got pash rash. That's disgusting.